Hello, guys, and welcome back once again to another webinar from Royal Cyber. Today, we're going to talk about mobile automation using IBM Rational Test Workbench. As you guys know, my name is Amar Nadeem, and I am a business development executive at Royal Cyber. Today, we have a great speaker with us. His name is Mr. Nabil Ahmed. Mr. Nabil Ahmed is a test manager and an IBM Rational consultant at Royal Cyber. He has around 8 years of experience in the IT industry. At Royal Cyber, he helps our customers in delivering a quality product by setting quality assurance processes and implementing the cost, time-effective testing solutions using open source, enterprise automation tool. And before Royal Cyber, he used to work as a senior quality analyst, and he has tested many technologies like desktop, mobile, web, WAP, and etc. So without any further ado, let me hand it over to Mr. Nabil.
Hi everyone, my name is Nabil Ahmed, and today we are going to talk about mobile automation by using Rational Test Workbench. And we'll proceed with the basic information about the mobile test workbench, how does it work, and what are the core functionalities that involves in it. And we'll end up with a demo of a basic testing scenario, like how do we make the click and play script, which is already recorded at our end by using the default JKE banking application available in the IBM Rational Test Workbench. So, Royal Cyber has been in the IT industry for quite some time, over a decade now, and dealing with providing multiple IT solutions. We have our headquarters in Chicago, and we have our footprints all around the globe in multiple continents. So here there's Rational Test Workbench. So Rational Test Workbench, as the name says, it belongs to the Rational family of the IBM. This tool allows us to test the on-growth of the mobile apps with their native, hybrid, or web functionality for the Android and iOS devices. It allows us to have the UI sketching and create a storyboard for the design requirements, and we can manage the graphical features for it. And can generate the test reports as well. So the first step involves in starting any sort of application is the configuration, the deployment, and recording of the test scenarios. In the Rational Test Workbench, to install and configure the application is not some humongous process which you need to follow. You just need to have the APK or the IPA of the application that needs to be tested, and we can configure it using the Rational Test Workbench server that is already embedded in the system. And to prepare the application, we need to have the application in the right folders, in the right format, where we have created the project area for us in the workspace. More than that, the application of the IBM Rational Test Workbench needs to be installed in your simulator or in the device, so that can be instrumented and communicate with the Rational Test server itself. So the recording of the test cases can be pursued, and those test cases can be edited and can later executed to deliver the reports. And on the basis of those reports, we can evaluate the results, their response time, the test scenarios, statuses for the being passed or failed. One of the core functionality and the benefits of using the IBM Rational Test Workbench is that allows us to do the data-driven testing. It allows us to use the data pools option, where we can have multiple data input for each functionality and can run simultaneously with our application or in the test scenarios. Those data pools can be done using the CSV or the Excel or in the note or in the text file using the delimiters in it. We can also substitute the test data with as per the respective fields, and the test data can be executed within the sequence or in the or random, and reports will be generated for each execution as per the defined parameters, and those parameters will be your data-driven tested elements. So one of the basic scenario which we are going to test, that is the JKE banking application. Here we are going to go the other way around. Usually we prefer to test the happy flows in the application, but here we are going to test the negative flow, that is the incorrect login feature. And how does it respond using the uh, rational test workbench, and how the execution will be and the usability of the application will be on the Android emulator, which is the Android 4.1. That emulator that needs to be installed separately from the Oracle VirtualBox, or and has to have the Android SDK within before proceeding further. Uh, well, this this figure can explain you a much better detail of how does it work. The MTW acts as a middleware between the application server and the devices, or the real-hand devices or the emulators, that communicates with the MTW server, and all the executions and the data-driven things do get recorded within the MTW server itself. Before recording any test scenarios, we have the basic conventional way of having the prerequisite that needs to be done, where the record of the saved scenario has to be run within the system, or the IBM Rational Test Workbench application is installed and configured properly in your emulator or in the real hand device, and that application needs to be connected with the IBM Rational Test Workbench server as well. So for that, both of the things needs to be on the same network. If they are not on the same network, I doubt they are going to connect it properly, and you will have your test failure within it. The beauty of this tool is it allows us to integrate with multiple open source or enterprise solutions, like, because the limitations of the mobile apps is we have to test it on a lot of devices. We cannot do the benchmarking as per their screen resolutions or their OS. One of the tools like Keynote Device Anywhere, which is a cloud-based library actually for the real-hand devices which are mounted on their ensemble servers. Those devices can be utilized, acquired, and integrated with the IBM Rational Test Workbench, and you can test your application on number of devices which are available to you via Device Anywhere or the Perfecto Mobile. Apart from that, the Selenium open source tool like Selendroid that can also be configured within the RTW itself. It does have an Eclipse client available, and you need to do a bit of coding for it to have your emulator up and running for your respective applications. So now let's proceed with the demo of this application. Here my Android emulator is up and running. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch the Rational Test Workbench server. Which may take some time. Well, as you can see that the Rational Test Workbench is up and running, and this is the complete outlook of the Rational Test Workbench, where you can see on the left in the tree view the recorded sessions, the projects I've already created, and under the test tree you can see the recorded test scenarios in it. But before proceeding further, I need to run the Jazz server and the JKE engine and the Betty server for it. So my app, the JKE banking app, can be executed within the test scenarios. So here from the Rational Test Workbench, we can actually connect our real-hand devices in it. The way to connect the real-hand devices is there is this barcode icon that can display the Workbench URL that needs to be utilized for it. You just need to click on it, and it will show you the screen. It will show you a barcode that needs to be scanned. So you need to have a barcode scanner installed in your mobile device. Before adding the device, just make sure that the IBM Rational Test Workbench mobile app is installed on your real-hand device or the emulator you want to test the application on. Here in this region, in the upfront, you will see the barcode, and that needs to be scanned from your mobile device or your emulator, and that will allow you to connect with your Rational Test Workbench server. I'm just going to close it for a while now so we can proceed with the emulator itself. Here my emulator is up and running, so I'm just going to unlock it. It is an Android 4.1, and it has to be connected with the internet, so the Wi-Fi has to be available for it. As you can see on this screen now, under the apps, the IBM Rational Test Workbench application is installed on my emulator. So I'm going to double tap it to launch it. Okay, so you can see that right now it's not connected with the Rational Test Workbench server. But if I scroll it down, so now you can see that it has got connected. So you can see the icon of the disconnect in it. Okay, so to connect your device or your emulator where the Rational Test Workbench application is installed, you need to do one thing. One of the thing is both the device and the IBM Rational Test Workbench server both has to be on the same network, and you can configure the workbench in it. The configuration of the workbench can be done by putting up the IP address of the Rational Test Workbench server that can be acquired from the Rational Test Workbench itself from the main editor screen. So all your recorded scenarios or the application installed within your device will be appearing under this in this option of Manage Applications. If you tap this Manage Applications, you will be navigated to another screen where you can see your already recorded applications available. Like you can see the couple of applications appearing for you. One is this my personal application, the other is the default JK mobile application that needs to be considered for this demo. And if I click or tap on this application, I'll be able to see the recorded scenarios, which I've already done. And you can see that like number of scenarios in it, like dem1, demo, test, and you can verify these scenarios in the rational test workbench server as well under the tree. So here all you can see on the left, the dem1, demo, nexus or test. The nexus was for the device, the real device, and the dem and the demo are for the emulator itself. So I'm just going to run this test of dem1. Just by double clicking on this, I'll be in the new screen where I'll be allowed to run the test. And I just need to tap on this and wait for some time till the application acquired itself and connect with the server to run the test suits in it. So as you can see right now, it's just launching the test suite within the emulator itself. This may take some time. At times, it does get big lagging in it due to the network's restricted issues or the lagging in it. So here you can see that the application has thrown the error, and that is like it's not being able to connect with the rational test workbench server. That's part of this demo because you can see that here on the top, the Wi-Fi signals of the simulator is missing out. So that needs to be configured properly before you run any test scenario in it. So I'm just going to revert back to the last screen from where I can run the another test, and I'll show you how it will fail again. All right, see, so you can see that you have the all complete report related to it, like the response time or nothing else has been measured within it because the test failed itself due to some fatal error. You can see the playback initiated from the client on the device considered from running, and the whole requirement of the from where it ran, the test was run, how much time does it take, and the complete scenario for it. Let's do one more try for this, so you'll get the complete picture out of it. So here I'm going to run this test again from the demo. And I'm going to just tap on the run test again. So let's see how does it react without the internet. Okay, so you can see that this test again failed because we were running in the offline mode and the app does not support the offline mode scenarios. And due to the failure error of the internet disconnectivity or the running the app in the airplane or the offline mode, the test has been failed. But the whole report should get generated with your execution statuses and the response time you have generated in it. So that's all from my end. If you guys have any questions, so please.
Guys, if you guys have any further questions regarding the presentation, if you want to email us at marketing@royalcyber.com. Once again, it's marketing@royalcyber.com. Thank you and have a great day. Before we leave, I just want to mention our prestigious clients. These are some of the clients that we have worked with. As you can see, we have some great companies like Everett and Clayton and Ford. We have done a plethora of implementations regarding rationals, web spheres, portals. We also have a global footprint on the map. We have headquarters in Chicago, Illinois, and we have a whole bunch of offices worldwide, especially in Asia. Coming to the next one, we have awards and partnerships. We have recently won the 2013 award, and we are premier business partners of IBM, SAP, Microsoft, and Oracle. So once again, guys, if you guys have any further questions, feel free to email us at marketing@royalcyber.com. Once again, it's marketing@royalcyber.com. Once again, this is Amar Nadeem from Royal Cyber. I just want to thank Mr. Nabil for the beautiful presentation. Take care, guys, and have a great day. Bye bye.